First 10 years, I worked in GE and Toyota. These are the two major organizations, shaped my leadership thinking, my career orientation.
And how did you come into contact with Peter?
So, Peter Diamandis is the founder of Singularity University, and the founder, CEO or executive director is Salim Ismail. He was there. Last week he was in India.
Wow.
He visited here also.
Many people, they're telling like year on year, like 10% increment.
So, you're right. Our mindset is always 10%. And how do you challenge our mind to think 10x, 10 times?
I believe all the top entrepreneurs like Elon Musk, Peter Diamandis, Naveen Jain, Jeff Bezos, all of them have all these mindsets.
Absolutely. Right? Your mind is so powerful. Like Bhagavad Gita in chapter 5, Krishna says to Arjuna, your mind can be your friend or can be enemy.
Hey everyone, here with us, one of the most incredible exponential thinker mentors. Very amazing. Nice to meeting you.
Hey, good to meet you. Good to meet you. Thank you.
So amazing to meet you. I believe like you were in US like last month and everything. So tell us about your journey. Like how did you got started? I heard like you were working in EY and then you are an entrepreneur and everything.
Yeah. So I have 33 years of corporate career. First 10 years, I worked in GE and Toyota. These are the two major organizations, shaped my leadership thinking, my career orientation, as well as taught me a lot of basic lessons of humanity, or what it takes to be a good human being, with right value systems and with right, what do you call it as, how do you build a right community, how do you give it back to society, how do you think exponentially, how do you use data, how you use technology to transform business. So after straight away from my university higher education, I did MSW from Loyola School of Social Science. I started first decade with these two companies starting 93. Then if you look at last 13 years, I led leadership roles as CHRO, CIO and CXOs in terms of delivery, in terms of AI roles. In companies like Computer Associates. I was in US for almost 8 years. Then 2011, I came back and joined Britannia as a CIO and CHRO. So that's the time I really transformed the business of Britannia into 14x or exponentially. I was reporting to Vinitha Bali, who was my MD. I was the CXO responsible for HR and IT, apart from transformation work I have done. Then I joined Computer Science Corporation, which got merged with HP to become DXC. There I did co-CHRO and head of people supply chain management. I was the MD for India, managing close to $1 billion business. Then I joined EY in 2019 as a partner. Then when I left after 5 years in EY last year, I was senior partner managing enablement services delivery, HR for all their GDS global delivery services. Then I was also heading people supply chain management. Then I headed delivery excellence model for them. And when before I left, I also was kind of a head of AI for their enablement services business. Last year, I left corporate life to pursue my purpose and passion in life. What you see around here, I call Vajram Garden, which is I have 2 restaurants, 3 event places like Bali Garden, then huge collection of antiques. What you see, Tanjavur paintings, around 200 paintings, then Bali products, then a experience center, which is I give for people, corporate people to come and have fun here, weddings, then various events. Then coming back into my enterprise, I work with the Machani Group, Review Machani, as entrepreneurial in residence. So we have venture studio on EV truck, humanoid called Ria. Then we are the partners for Singularity University and Salim Ismail's Exponential organization.
Amazing.
Then I also have my own startup called Visara Partners, which is in recruitment and HR consulting. Then community platform called Communios.ai and GHRC. And recently I invested in a company in staffing called Textnear, which is old Bilwara Infotech. Then we started a Mantrika, Agentic.ai, to transform end-to-end HR. We want to call it as Mantrika way, like Toyota way or GE way. Mantrika way will transform HR with AI, especially Agentic.ai, end-to-end. So very excited to really take this. And why I did what I do today is my purpose is to leave a legacy before I leave the planet, in the area of skilling, in the area of creating job opportunity, in the area of agri-tech and food tech, and influence millions of life through what I do. That's my purpose, put simply.
That's wonderful, sir. It's so amazing to hear your story. And how did you come into contact with Peter? And like, how was your experience at like US? You were at like
Yeah,
Los Angeles at the
yeah.
Abundance 360.
So I know you're a big fan of Peter Diamandis
Yes.
and Singularity University. So Peter Diamandis is the founder of Singularity University, and the founder, CEO or executive director is Salim Ismail. He was there last week. He was in
Oh
India.
wow,
He visited here also.
wonderful.
So I met Salim and Peter, I think 4 or 5 years back in Stanford, when EY was running a program called Disruptive Technologies, 5 days course in uh, Palo Alto, near Stanford University. That's the time I met them, and very inspired by Singularity University concept of exponential thinking and disruptive technologies, which is going to transform the world. So Peter came almost 6 or 7 months back to India. So we hosted him. We called Peterverse, Peter Universe. So we did. That's the time I met you.
Yeah, yeah.
We did conferences in Bangalore,
And Delhi.
Delhi, Mumbai. Then Peter again came in Hyderabad for AI conference. We did some events with Peter. So we are part of Peter's ecosystem called Peterverse, both Ravi Machani and myself and our business. And through that process, we spoke to Singularity University. I spoke to Neil, who is the Vice President Business Development. They are looking for a partner in India. And we presented, and we got in touch, and we got the partnership. So I head Singularity University as a head of India.
Wow.
And we are also planning to expand Southeast Asia and Middle East. Let's see how it goes. So with Singularity University, we are going to do 2 days open summit in May 28th, 29th. You should come. It's going to be the first big summit on AI and other disruptive technologies. We are doing in Bangalore. We are expected 500 participants. And on 30th of May, we are kicking off Singularity for schools and Singularity for colleges. So with Singularity, we are going to do a lot of open summit, corporate enterprise summit, then executive education on disruptive technologies and exponential thinking. Then GIC, Global Impact Challenge, which is one of the very flagship services or product of Singularity, where big challenges are present to students and entrepreneurs and leaders to solve it. And we are going to launch our first Singularity challenge this year on One India CSR portal and funding. So India spends close to $3.5 billion every year on CSR, but there is no transparency, there is no visibility. So we are going to challenge young minds in India. How do you solve that problem? Through One India CSR fund. To create exponential impact with that 3.5, can you touch a billion lives? Can you give 10x impact to society with 3.5 billion? So that's what we are doing. Stay tuned, I'll come back to you. Then with the Salim Ismail, I'm very, very fond of Salim. Again, I met him in a program in US. So Salim ran an organization called OpenEXO. So we are the partners for Salim in this part of the world. We'll be launching soon exponential thinking and exponential growth playbook and technologies around that. So our first EXO program, I'm doing it for open event in next month. I know you are attending it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm still 25 to 30 people attend. So we'll have a 1 day awareness program, 2 days education on exponential. Then we are planning to do 4 to 10 week sprint for various corporates and entrepreneurs to grow their business 10x.
Wonderful.
So all of us used to 10%, so how do you grow 10x?
Yes.
So very exciting, as you rightly said. With Peter, Singularity University and Salim, we are going to build exponential thinking and disruptive technologies in India to transform India.
Absolutely, that's wonderful. Sir, what is exactly exponential thinking, right? Many people they're telling like year on year, like 10% increment. If somebody is making like 2 lakhs per and like month, next year I want to earn like 10% more, like 10 times. Like how exactly does it work?
You're right. It's an absolute concept, and it's a real. A lot of 10x company and 10x leaders are already existing in this world.
Yes, sir.
So you're right. Our mindset is always 10%, and how do you challenge our mind to think 10x, 10 times? So if you really look at today, all of us are going through disruption. So in time of stability, I worked in Toyota, GE, standard operating procedures, very stable process, very predictable, 10% growth, 15% growth, or 20% growth. So their skill set is important because you are part of the standard operating procedures, and you need to follow as the machine moves in conveyor belt. In the same space, you have to assemble tires, steering,
Correct.
engine, and they will tell you how to assemble it in an optimum way in a fixed time. But that's okay in a predictable business. But today we are living in a highly disruptive world. Nothing is predictable. I don't know what will happen tomorrow.
Correct.
A lot of things happening today. Yesterday night when I went to bed, I never know the incident happened today morning in India, the Pakistan and India tension. So we are living in a very highly disruptive, unpredictable world. So their mindset is important, not the skill set. So entire exponential thinking coming with a mindset of how do I make 10x against 10%. For example, if you are driving a vehicle which gives you 18 kilometer per hour for 1 liter, I ask you to improve 10% and make it 20 kilometer per hour. It's very easy, and you have to fine tune engine, fine tune the driver behavior. But if I ask you to do 100 kilometer per liter, that car will not help.
Correct.
You have to design a new car from ground. So another example is when I say you work on 10%, you always have constraints. Your mind is blocked on a constraint, and your mind defines the boundaries. The mind defines the hurdles. The mind designs the constraints. Then you try to move the puzzles. But if I tell you, no, there's no constraints at all. There is no resource constraints. There is no boundaries. There is no hurdle. Think sky is the limit. Then come back with an idea who can take it to 10x. Then first you feel less tensed.
Yeah.
In 10% you are tensed. I run business quarter by quarter,
Too much of
10% growth.
stress.
You are constrained, you are tensed, narrow focus, like you are parking a car between two cars with exactly space. You are very tensed. The 10x is you are driving in a highway with autonomous vehicles sitting and relaxing. There is no disturbance of vehicles coming left, right. You have visibility of 5 kilometers in the road. Your GPS is set. You are relaxed. 10x is exactly driving in a highway, and 10% is parallel parking between two cars. You are very, very tensed. Or 10x is like putting a thread in the needle with a narrow focus. You are very tensed then. But 10x is there is no narrow, it's a wide focus. So that requires a different mindset. So I always say 10x is easier than 10%.
Absolutely.
10% is very difficult and stressful. 10x is joyful and impactful.
Absolutely.
And mindset is the important factor of the mindset. There are 5 mindset we talk about it. First one is the thinking about 10x itself. We call it 10 the power of 9. That means a billion life we can impact. Think very big. We call moonshot thinking as a second. First one is exponential, 10x versus 10%. Second one is moonshot. That means like John F. Kennedy said, man and the moon. When he announced it, he never know how he's going to do it. So that's moonshot, big idea, which can create exponential impact.
Big vision.
Big vision. For example, how do you mine in the space? Space have a lot of minerals. Then in summer, you don't have water in the borewell. But in summer, in coastal place like Mangalore, Cochin, or Trivandrum or Chennai, you sweat, a lot of humidity. So the space, our atmosphere have a lot of water content. Can I take it from there using technologies? So this kind of big thinking is called moonshot thinking. Then third one is abundance mindset. We today will work on scarcity and fear, but you have abundance of resources, opportunity, but you need to see it and you need to monetize that
Having
opportunity.
that optimistic mindset.
Yeah. Third one is curiosity mindset. You need fourth one. I stop counting. Next one is curiosity mindset. That means to be curious about why things are happening. How can you do differently? Then gratitude mindset. That means every day you get up and say, "Thank God you have given me everything." Don't curse people. I don't have anything. I'm suffering. I don't have resources. I don't have opportunity. You have many things. Be gracious about things. Say gratitude to people who have given everything. So that is a very different mindset. Then next one is purposeful mindset. That means you need to know why you are doing what you are doing. So there are 2 dates important in your life. One is the day you born. We cut the cake and celebrate birthday. And the second is the day you know why I born in this earth. That's what Singularity Peter talks about it.
Yes.
Then the last one is longevity mindset. That means whatever your willingness to live long. If you want to live long, your mindset has to be different. You need to eat the food which loves you.
Correct.
Not only you loves the food, food also should love you. You should have lifestyle, exercise, habits. Everything is required for that longevity mindset. And whatever you build in this earth should live long, not short-lived things. How do you build long-lived things since you are going to live more than 100 years? So these are thinking we work in Exponential, and 7 mindset is important for Exponential. That is in different end.
Absolutely love that. I believe all the top entrepreneurs like Elon Musk, Peter Diamandis, Naveen Jain, Jeff
Yeah,
Bezos, all
yeah,
of them have all these mindsets, right?
absolutely. And I'll tell you always. I always tell in colleges when teach, your mind is so powerful. Like Bhagavad Gita in chapter 5, Krishna says to Arjuna, your mind can be a friend or can be enemy.
Correct.
In 10x, your mind is enemy. Sorry, a friend. In 10%, your mind is enemy because you're constrained. So train your mind. Make your mind your friend, best friend, not enemy. So I have done what you've seen here, or whatever in my little achievements in life. I have not achieved a great things, but little achieved. I understand the power of mindset. I imagine. If you imagine with the right intention, it will happen. The mind is so powerful, people don't understand. Everything is in your mind.
Absolutely love that. So,
Yeah,
and this year the theme for Abundance 360 was like convergence, right? What
convergent.
exactly is like
Yeah.
convergence?
So I think in Abundance 360, Peter did a phenomenal job of setting the stage. Close to 400 global leaders attended.
Wow.
So one of these speaker did a phenomenal job from ARK Investors, Kathy Woods. If you look at our economy, traditionally has grown between 0.03 to now 3% GDP globally. But in future, it can grow 7 plus percentage GDP. What is going to drive is converging technologies, which is exponential in nature. And AI is enabling this technology conversion. So around 8 to 9 converged technologies are there. And like the center big one is what we call the mind internet, or what we call it as the concept of the digital biology, the concept of robotics, the concept of connected devices, the concept of energy, reusable batteries, and lot of such technologies, and AI, space tech, mind internet, all of these things is converging. So that is going to really accelerate exponential growth. So one of the things I'm working with close to 25 colleges to set up a concept called Next New Venture Studio. Today, students are taught pure science like physics, chemistry, maths, biology, and arts like commerce.
Yes.
Then we call STEAM, and engineering disciplines are electrical, electronics, mechanical. Then we have things like computer science, cyber security, machine learning, data science. For me, still it's a pure technology. But converging technology, how will you converge this pure technology like electrical, electronic, mechanical, AI, ML into robotics? If you look at robot, it have electrical devices, it have mechanical, it have cognitive, it have a brain like Ria, the
Yeah.
humanoid of Machani Group. So all this pure engineering subject need to converge into robotics.
Absolutely.
Similarly, energy, similarly in mobility, similarly in agri-tech, space tech, all this pure technology which we taught in engineering college need to converge. So we are setting up venture studios. We are going to teach universities and engineering colleges to converge technologies and help students to set up ventures in the campus called Venture Studio, ideas with a 10x thinking in the front, mindset
Wow.
change. Then
Wonderful.
this technology, they start entrepreneurship there. So that's a studio we are building. It will create entrepreneurs, intrapreneurs, and solopreneurs. So that is converging technology, which is going to drive exponential growth in terms of national GDP, exponential growth opportunity for leaders, startup ecosystem, and corporates to transform them exponentially.
Absolutely love that. The next big trends is like people start learning about AI, robotics, and having that
Yeah,
moonshot thinking,
yeah, absolutely.
exponential thinking, everything
Yeah,
amazing. So, and what are the qualities like you see in a person if you were to hire them in your organization?
yeah. I think one thing it's very clear. We want entrepreneurs, not employees, because I am running entrepreneurship. It's two different mentality. When a lot of people want to come, and a lot of people work with me in DXC, CSC, EY is working with me. They have this mindset we are talking about: exponential innovation, curiosity, abundance. They are not scared. They are not worried. They are not feared. They believe in abundance. So people come and ask me first question: what's my salary? I said, please don't talk. Come and tell what impact we can create it. The salary you have to define. You are coming and joining as an entrepreneur. We have ventures, we have network, we have thought process, we have technology. Then how can we collectively? So I'm looking for entrepreneurs or with the entrepreneurial spirit of who can take risk, who thinking exponential, who want to create ventures, who want to be part of excitement of creating something new. The second one is I want people who think abundance, not scarcity and fear. I want people who can think 10x, not 10%. I want people who want to learn together and teach each one of us. And I want people with the family values of compassion, care, relationship. And I want people who bring newness and innovation. And the last one, most important, I want people who are really fundamentally want to make a difference, and they are very clear in their purpose, why they born in this earth, what they want. Their clarity is very, very important. Why I want to do what I want to do. So I want people with a purpose.
Absolutely, that's wonderful, sir.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to education, what is your view on your current education system in India, and how is Singularity University different from other like
Yeah.
universities and everything?
Yeah, I think one thing, Singularity bring a lot of exponential thinking, and it's focused on mindset.
Absolutely.
I think when I was in G itself, we used to tell hire a person for attitude and train for skills. So we want to really bring right mindset among leaders or university students to think exponentially and think big, like space community, how do you mine in space, how do you eradicate poverty using technology. So we want to really transform the pedagogy of the universities with a lot of investments in the mindset, then provide that venture atmosphere of innovation, entrepreneurship. Lot of education institution doesn't focus on innovation and entrepreneurship. They focus on certificates and which is job oriented, but we want to change it in life oriented, which will create entrepreneurs, intrapreneurs who can go and work in big companies and transform them, and solopreneurs who work in freelancing platform and do something. So we want to really challenge the existing curriculum uh, for converged technologies rather than pure science and engineering. We want to create a lot of pedagogy change using RIA, Mantrika, some of the products we are bringing as an accelerator for teaching and learning. We want to personalize the learning. Every student is unique. We cannot compare. The cookie cutter will not work. Then we want to really ensure that uh, we build more entrepreneurs in education institutions rather than job seekers. So it is complete transformation or reimagination of education is what we are working with the Singularity. That's my purpose. That's why I'm so attracted with this. So it'll be a lot of work we'll be doing in the Singularity schools from 7th to 12th grade, and Singularity for STEAM students, STEM and arts. And we are hosting our first Singularity conference in May 30th for school children and STEM students in Bangalore.
Wow.
It's going to be redefining the education in India. Yeah.
That's wonderful, sir. And what will be the books like you'll recommend for all the young entrepreneurs if you were to pick three books, right?
Yeah.
Which can impact
I
them
don't know.
as
The first one I always I loved Leader's Legacy by Paus and Kausner. It's 21 chapters. It appeals to every leader leave a legacy in the planet, uh, much better than what you inherited before you leaving the planet. So absolutely, I recommend a Leader's Legacy as a great read. Then I'm a big fan of Peter Diamandis, like you. So Peter has written a book called Abundance. I recommend it. It really changed your mindset.
absolutely.
Then scarcity and fear. Then third one is Salim Ismail and Peter has co-authored a book called Exponential Organization 2.0. Since we are talking on exponential, I recommend these three. But of course, you've seen my library.
Yeah, yeah.
I have more than 500 books on technology, AI, exponential thinking, leadership, mindset. I think I think I'm a vivid reader. I read and share my thoughts with my leader, my team, and my followers. Yeah.
Absolutely, that's so wonderful, sir. And like, how do you basically manage time? Like, you're doing so many things. You have
Yeah.
hotels, you have like such amazing
Yeah.
organization. You are
Mm.
back and forth with so many meetings and everything.
Yeah, I think that's a question asked to me by several people. My basic lessons I learned from Jack Welch ran 17 portfolios. Nothing related to each one. They are very different. Short cycle business like G lighting, appliances. Long cycle business like aircraft engine, power turbine, and capital business like G Capital. So I'm a portfolio guy. So how do you manage multiple portfolios? It's not easy. A, you need to have a team who can do. Second one is you should have abundance mindset. You're ready to share your wealth and your achievements with your team. You cannot say I want everything. So you can see most of my business I have stake, but I've given stake to a lot of my friends who worked with me many years, and I know them. So you have to share your wealth and stake with the people who are ready to work for you. You cannot say I have everything. I'll give 1%, 2%. I was very liberal to give it. Third most important is I'm purpose driven. Your purpose is your North Star. So whenever I confused, I look at my purpose and North Star and guides me. The last one, not the least, very important. I read an article published by Harvard called Manage Your Energy, Not Time. Time is finite. 24 hours is 24 hours. You don't get a 1 minute more than me, or I don't get 1 minute more than you. 24 hours, time
Right.
passes. The sunset, the sunrise, everything is time bound. But what you do in 24 hours and what I do in 24 hours is very different. I can sleep 24 hours. Of course, you cannot wake up 24. It's literally biologically not possible. Say you can wake up 18 hours. I can also wake up 18 hours, and what you and me do in 18 hours will define our success. I can watch 3 hours TV, or I can go and watch a movie, or I can do certain activity. So, what you do in 24 hours defines you. So, there are four things you need to manage. We call manage energy, not time. Energy is infinite. So, four types of energy: physical energy, your ability to work 18, 20 hours in a day, in 7 days in a week. I'm not telling you have to be workaholic. That's an opportunity one have. Physical energy, intellectual energy, like thinking about new technology, exponential growth, reading books, talking to people like you, talking to Salim, talking to Peter, listening to their conferences, working with Ravi, working with my team members. So third one is emotional energy, and we all of us should have resilience. We fall down in life, but you cannot cry. You have to get up and run. It's not how many times you fall when you play football, but how fast you can get up and run will define your success. So you should be emotionally strong. Last one is called spiritual energy, which is purpose. So physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual energy defines your success, not the 24. So manage your energy, not time. That's what I learned. I'm also not good at that. I'm taking a lot of baby steps to get all four types of energy to manage my multiple portfolio today. And I also believe life and career portfolio. I want multiple things so that I can transfer my learning from one domain to another, provide opportunity to people from one domain to another, share resources from one domain to another opportunity. So I love multi portfolios in life and career.
Amazing, amazing. That's so beautiful, sir. And does a relationship partner play an important role in one's career as an
Yeah,
entrepreneur?
absolutely. Absolutely. Relationship. Every life is a relationship. Yeah, I learned hard way. I used to be technically brilliant, but I never paid in the early part of my career on relationship. Last 20 years, I spent a lot of time on relationship. One of the values I believed a lot can happen over good relationship. You transfer energy, transfer ideas, transfer opportunities. So I build a lifetime relationship. It's not for task and activity, but sometimes it's not easy to build a lifetime relationship with everybody. But somebody are trespassers. They come with you certain time and leave you. Okay, that's life. But my intention is to take people along with me. So always there's a saying in English: if you want to go fast, go along. If you want to go far,
Go together.
go people take people along with you. So I want to go far. I always want to take people along with me, for that relationship is so important for me.
Absolutely, that's wonderful,
Yeah.
sir. And when I came to know about Singularity University, as I was interviewing Naveen Jain, I saw his kids studying at Singular University. Then I was like, "What is this university all about?" Which you went like recently for that event. I believe it's like
A360.
$60,000. Why it is important for Indian to actually attend the event which you are doing next month?
Exactly. So when Peter, Ravi Machani and myself discussed, Peter want 40% of A360 members, global 360 leaders he invite every day from India. Right now we have close to less than 10%, but our aspiration to get 40%. This
And
is a
who
forum.
exactly is it for? Which type of audience, sir?
No, it can be anybody.
Okay.
Anybody who believes in exponential thinking, disruptive technologies, and want to make a difference can be attending it. But people who get benefit, who are entrepreneurs, want to exponentially grow their business and transform the world, can come. So every year we invite people, and we have two kinds of membership. One is patron, and one is a member. Last year I was a member. I'm planning to be this year also. So we have a community get together. It's not really that 4 days event. It's a community, and Peter runs that
It's a
A360
1 year
community. Yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah.
program. Okay.
So we have a lot of weekly teaching. Forum members meet every often. A lot of interesting things happens there.
Wonderful, wonderful. Guys, I highly recommend everyone who is planning to attend, learn about exponential thinking, moonshot thinking, longevity mindset. Next month, the event is
Yeah,
happening
yeah. I will
at
send you.
Bangalore.
It's supposed to happen 9th because of personal reason I have to postpone. You registered,
Yes, sir.
and we'll be doing series of this events across India and Middle East and Southeast.
Right.
Thank
We'll
you.
be posting that links in the comment section. You can check out everything. Sir, before we conclude, any last advice you want to tell to all the people who are watching at the Real Knowledge Club?
I think uh, I always believe have a purpose in life. So if you are not understood your purpose, go and understood. There is a Purpose Finder app. It's an open source platform. Download it. I think purpose defines your North Star. Purpose defines why you should do what you do. Purpose brings people together with the right-minded people. So I always say, find your purpose. If you're not find it, not late. Once you find your purpose, you can really transform yourself and the community. Second one is very passionate about your purpose. Once you clarify, passion is going to really make a difference. I passionate people. I like why I agreed to talk to you, although I was a little busy today. But I love your passion.
Thank
You have
you,
been
sir.
chasing me for a long time. So be passionate about what you do.
Right.
Third one is you need to be perseverant. You'll not get success in one instance. The resilience, the perseverance. Then build partnership. Nobody can do alone. Relationship or partnership. Relationship matures into partnership. That is the next P. The last one is build platforms. Like what I have built is a platform. Anybody can come here.
Sir,
If you have something, share with others. Build platforms so that others can leverage or leverage others' platform. The last one is build portfolios in life. So called 5 Ps or 6 Ps. Start with the purpose, passion, perseverance, platform, partnership, and portfolio.
amazing.
So that's what I worked on. That I do a 1 day program on this, finding your life and career. What do you call it as portfolio, and how do you nurture it? Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
It
you very
was
much, and I
amazing
really
to
appreciate.
meet you.
Keep in touch and look forward in that
Yeah,
conference on
looking
10x.
forward
Okay.
to meet you.
Hope you
Have a
enjoyed the
great day.
ambience
Yeah,
here.
it was super
Thank you.
amazing.
We'll keep in
Thank you
touch,
so much.
and we are doing a lot of
Meet you
Singularity
soon.
Open event
Yeah,
on May 28, 29, 30th in Sheraton in Bangalore.
yes,
So help us
yes.
to
Do
propagate
check
this.
out,
Yeah,
guys, and have a
yeah.
great day. Bye bye.
Thank you.